You are now watching The Real Blunt with La Reina de Mota and Spoonman.
Hey you guys, welcome to episode 2 of Real Blunt. I am Ana, aka La Reina de Mota, and to my left is my beautiful blue-eyed man, Myron.
Anticlimactic man.
So, of course, if you watched episode 1, thank you so much, first and foremost, for supporting, subscribing, everybody who sent in questions, comments. We love you guys so much. Thank you for that. It's real simple. What we do is we get lit, we chit-chat for a minute, we then, when we feel like we're kind of lit, whether we're getting a little toasted as well, we then pull a topic from our fishbowl, and then we'll know what we're talking about. We have not pre-rehearsed anything with any of these topics. Nothing is scripted, everything is candid, and yeah, we don't even know what we're gonna talk about tonight. So,
plus even if we did, we're gonna get so fucking high. It do no good.
We do want to send a shout out to Pharmacopoeia. They have sent us some amazing topicals, some treats, and some tinctures that we're going to be trying for our weed viewer show. So wanted to give them a shout out on this show as well. Thank you so much for sending those out to us.
No, go ahead. Pick a topic.
It's your turn. I picked it last episode. My legs are cold. I got shorts on. What are we going to talk about? Remember, some of these topics are they're not just weed related. It's not. We just get really blunt about these topics.
You stepped in it for this one.
I have not been looking forward to this episode. I was not prepared already. Like, we're just jumping into this. Disclaimer. Let's throw this disclaimer out, because I didn't
You're
even
gonna hate me.
This disclaimer. You probably will hate my husband. I don't really care anyway. I've been with him for 13 years. There's nothing that he's said or have done that I haven't yelled at him for. I'm serious. So, I mean, I'll yell at him with you, and he knows I will, but I'll just do it on camera.
Her mom still loves me more than you.
She loves you more than me. Sometimes. But this episode with this particular topic, which you're going to read, I'm not reading this shit.
All right.
Wait. The disclaimer is, if you get easily offended, please leave this episode right now. This subject is very sensitive in our society. It is very sensitive to many people. It is a very walk on eggshells type of topic that we're gonna cover. And I mean, we disagree on this. We know this. We disagree on this topic when it comes to certain things.
Certain angles.
So if you get easily offended, I highly encourage you to leave at this second. If at the end of this episode you want to make a comment in a constructive manner, I encourage you to comment below. I encourage you to send us messages if you'd like through YouTube. I don't know if that's even an option. Or through YouTube or wherever you're seeing this video. But this topic is touchy. It is very touchy for me. It is very touchy for him. You have to understand this affects every single member of our family. And so yeah, today's episode number 2 of Real Blunt is...
You raise still have an issue or an excuse.
Your perspective on this topic is what I want to start off with.
Well, it depends. See, in a macro, like all up close.
It says an issue or an excuse.
It's an excuse, and it's the issue that's been made out of an excuse. Up close.
You can see my face. I can feel my face already. I'm like, oh, on camera.
Up close, motherfuckers can be for real. You know what I mean by for real racist. Not this modern day. He misspoke and said something. God damn it! No. The genuine article, they're real, dude, and they're fucking douches. And
so before we get too far into it, I actually want to say the definition of racism.
Oh.
Okay, I want to go by definition because people get the definition of racism very misconstrued. They don't use it in the right context. Everything becomes racist. If somebody says, mocks somebody's accent because they think it's funny, that doesn't necessarily mean that person's a racist. It just means that they said some fucked up shit. Like that's
or you're a dick.
Or you're an asshole. You know what I mean? There's people who are just fucking
any room to be a dick.
Yes,
you're
I
just
agree with
instantly racist if you're just. It's a dick. You can be a dick.
So I really want to kind of put it out there, and we're not talking about the colloquial definition of racism. We want to make sure that we keep it very in the parameters of what racism is, because I don't want people to think that, people are trying to be racist or what you say is racist or anything like that. No, dude, racist means that you feel like you're superior to another race based on their race and because of your race. Like, so by definition, racism. Prejudice, discrimination, or what's that? Antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. If you have a notion in your mind that because you are black, you are superior to whites, you are racist. If you feel because you are Latino, you are superior to Asians, you are racist. It does not matter whether you are a woman of color, a man of color, a person of color. You too can be racist. There's no way. We have to be able to hold everybody accountable to the same standard if we want everybody to be equal and treated equal. So we still have to, in my opinion, I don't want to tell anybody else how they should feel, but in my opinion, we have to hold everybody to the same standard if we want this to finally be a thing of the past and we can move forward from it. We have to acknowledge.
We just got to experience being around each other. That's all. Seriously, the more time you spend around each other, like if you hate black people, take your black people hating ass to a black church, leave the pistol at home on the roof, and motherfucking go in there and sit down with them and just experience them as human beings. And when the more and more you experience them, the more and more you notice the people. They put their pants on.
Yeah, everybody's a human.
Yeah, but it's really easy to dehumanize somebody you don't.
It's really easy to dehumanize everybody in today's society because we're so fucking desensitized by the fact that we live by the fucking Twitter, we die by the fucking Twitter. There's no more fucking we live by the sword, we die by the sword. There's no more loyalty or we live by the Facebook, we die by the tweet. Like, what the fuck? That's kind of where, and I love social media. You know this. I love it. It pays my bills. I work in the fucking field.
But
but we put too much effort and clout in it. And I think social media has also.
I think it is
disturbed.
It can be an issue. It's been an issue. It shows something to do. I brought one up. Dylan Rose, crazy ass shooting up a church. Okay. That's crazy shit. Also, that's insanity.
For me, when it comes to the race dilemma, growing up in New Mexico, we didn't really have a race dilemma. Like, even though
Because you were the majority.
We had some. No, it wasn't even that. Like there's whites and blacks and Asians.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, I lost my virginity to an Asian. I had to because I was related to the whole damn town.
Because it was majority.
It was Chicano. Not even just Latino, Mexicano. There's a lot of Mexicanos in New Mexico. And,
but they're calling race privilege.
Roswell, New Mexico, you guys. And I know everybody's like, oh, aliens, UFOs. Roswell in New Mexico, the people of New Mexico know Roswell as Crazy Town Roswell. Not because of the prison gangs, CTR, that's where the name stemmed from, but it's because per capita our crime rates were 4 times. If we were as big as Albuquerque, they would be 4 times Albuquerque's crime rates. The crime in Roswell is bad. it's horrible, but it wasn't a race battle. It was gangs and fucking territories and people just not getting along. It was never, oh, this white guy shot this black dude. Or this white guy shot. It was never that. And it was never these Chicanos all jumped this white dude. It was never even, we never even grew up separating fights like that. There were never adjectives that we used to describe fights. Maybe it was like, or that white boy. That white boy.
That white boy that lived over there. He lived by what second?
But it wasn't said as a negative thing. It was just said as a descriptor.
So narrow it down.
Yeah. So and you give those type of descriptors. The police ask for those type of descriptors when they're asking you questions.
Narrow it down.
So it was never in a negative way. My sister, she experienced a little bit of it, and she perceived it in a negative way. She was called a beaner a couple times by kids in school. But my sister was in high school was very violent. Like, she don't care. She'd stomp you in the face with her Doc Martens and leave a boot print. And so she could handle her own. It still was never an issue. I moved here. I moved to Colorado, and it's a little bit different. Like, it's actually said hurtfully. It's actually intended to hurt you when they say the shit. It's actually supposed, and even when they say things like cracker. Like, that's intended to hurt you. It's not intended to just be like, yeah, this cracker ass dude. It's intense. So the feeling was like I've experienced it now a couple times since I've been here from people here. It fucked me up mentally. This can be an issue. Can most definitely be an issue with people on how they cope with it. We all, I feel, to be completely and totally honest with ourselves, we all have to realize that we all have a little bit of racist in us. And it's not even necessarily feeling a superiority because of our well, okay, then it's not racism, but we have a prejudice. We have a little bit of a prejudice in all of us that we can't stand that we've heard those negative words. We've heard those racist words. Everybody has growing up. So when you get so fucking angry and you're just like, oh, you fucking cracker ass motherfucker, we hear that shit all the time. We are okay with a black or a brown person going, you cracker ass motherfucker, you lame cracker ass, you fucking peckerwood, you honky, we're okay with hearing that as a society. We're okay with hearing that as a society, but we're not okay with hearing you wetback, you NIGGR, and see, we are not even comfortable with trying to say it on, because we don't want to get backlash. You know what I mean? You're just walking around, throwing it around, like, because you can, then it can be an issue. And you need to be aware that it can be an issue. Now, back to the topic. Can it be an issue? Yes, it can be an issue. It's been an issue for me for the last year. I've been dealing with this shit for a minute. For the last 3 years in weed. So it was an issue. It can be an issue. Can it be an excuse? Most definitely. It could be an excuse.
That way.
But my way of saying it can be an excuse is I see a lot of motherfuckers now using people bringing like episodes of racism that are in our society that have been filmed because everybody's got a fucking camera so you can see it every single fucking day. Barbecue Becky. In our own industry, we had Permit Patty. Fucking, yeah, dude, that was a weed chick. She owned a CBD company. And then she got fucking fired. She got let go of her own company. Because the board of us was like, no, now you're a racist. You've been marked with the scarlet fucking R. Just realize that, you know what, fucking, yes, race is an issue. Yes, we deal with it. We're going to continuously deal with it. There's no way of extinguishing fucking racism. We're always going to have at least one or two people in the world who are just anti-everyone. But at the same time,
you can really get those numbers down. They've gone back up. Let's get them back down.
What do we need to do? A riot again?
No. Everyone just needs to mercilessly make fun of racists.
Yeah.
Turn it back into a joke. Everyone watch American History X and be like, oh, fuck, that's why you don't do that. Right there. That's fucked up. Don't want to do that. And then you go back out into the world and turn all that shit back into a fucking joke. Turn it right back into a fucking joke. So when somebody tries to be racist, you just be like, yep, and you're an asshole. And nobody feels like it's popular to be a dickhead to any one race anymore. It doesn't matter what race. Just don't be a dick.
I don't even think people think it's popular. I think people are just assholes. I think, honestly, you know, we're always going to have racism because we're going to have people who just don't like people because of whatever superiority issues they have. But we need to start having conversations about how we can get over the hurdles that actually led to the race dilemma, the race issue.
Wasn't it John Leguizamo that said we all just need to hurry the fuck up and fuck each other till we all look like Filipinos? Let's do it, y'all. Let's just
spread the seas, keep crossing.
Let's just.
You know, I made a comment on Facebook.
Well, that's crazy, because, you know, mixed babies is cute as shit.
I made a comment on a post the other day because they had said something about me always making issues about race. I was like, oh, you're on to me. That's why I was trying to breed y'all brown.
No, you did it with the wrong way, dude. I got strong ass genetics.
I was like, I'm gonna breed you brown. Like, that's what I was trying to do. That's why my daughter's part white, my son's part white, but you part brown too. Don't matter what they look like, the attitude's there. So
La raza
la sangre. So I said that, you know, I was gonna breed him brown, and he was just like, oh, that's racist. I'm like, no, it's not, stupid. There's no superiority. If I'm trying to fuck y'all, then that means I want to unionize. I'm trying to unite. But he was just on this tip trying to make sure that I knew that I
do not think that it's racist that you enjoy a penis.
So that's where the conversation was on that, and I was just like, you know, I didn't know he was gonna get so offended. I thought he was gonna laugh.
I'm down with this.
He didn't laugh. That's okay. I'm glad you like my salsa. My salsa? My salsa. Like Eminem. Oh no, he's white. Cultural appropriation.
I'm your token cracker. I got you.
Sometimes you gotta laugh about some shit. I agree with that. Comedy is some of my best parts.
It's gotta be a joke again.
Laugh about yourself.
Can't take it so serious.
We
people that do take it seriously just shut the fuck up.
Having more constructive conversations about the roots of what is going to stop this from being a topic. I'm done talking about it for the day. Are you done talking about it? Let's get high. This episode has run long.
Unless we cut the shit out of it all the way down to like 5 minutes because the rest of it was just too goddamn
boring.
Much rambling.
We love you guys. Thank you for watching.
I feel like such emotion.
Again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I think it's down here.
Right here.
Right here.
Right here.
Right there. Right here. Right there. Right here. Wherever the fuck it's at. We'll figure it out one day. Love you guys so much. Peace. One love. We're out.